Hello, my name is Lachlan Green. This is my beehive, and today we're going to be doing a little hive inspection. Now, the first thing to keep in mind when you're doing a hive inspection is knowing what you're actually looking for before you try and look for it. It's particularly hard on the bees when you break open these boxes, well, break apart the boxes anyway, and you'll want to avoid doing it if you can. A lot of the time, though, you will just have to open up the hive and see what's going on. For equipment, we got gloves and a suit. Very important. We've got ourselves a hive tool, which is pretty much just a very small crowbar. The smoker, gonna get a fire going in there. Smoke disrupts their communications and makes them a lot more calm, generally. Got ourselves a scale so we can weigh the hive, and that looks to be about it. So, moving on to opening up the hive, gonna do some more checking on how they're going. Seem pretty active around the front, so I'm gonna go ahead and give that a quick little puff. Make sure that front's nice and smoked out. We're gonna go ahead and open up the hive, see what's going on. Up we go. So we got the top box over here off, so we can get a close look at the bottom box. Probably gonna want to hurry this up. We've had the hive open for a little while longer than usual now, and that right there is what we call burr comb. That is all that comb that the frames in the top box are getting stuck on. Usually not a huge deal. If the bees want it there, that's their decision, and they're usually pretty smart about it. Although it does tend to get in the way. I'm gonna go ahead and take off that burr comb. As you can see, this stuff is very soft. It's so efficiently made that it's it's mostly air, honestly. Alright, so much like the top box, we're going to be getting these frames apart. Not breaking anything there. There we are. Does it? Okay, so right here we got a frame that is mostly brood, so bee babies. And normally you want these orange and yellow capped cells to be fairly solid. Rather than how spotty they are right now, which isn't a particularly good sign. It means that the queen is having some trouble. Hopefully not one that we have to worry about, though. But we'll be talking about that one later. Alright, so we've got a pretty good look at this box, so now we're gonna get it put back together. They do seem to be getting a tad angry at us for having this thing open for so long. Cover on. That'll be it for the inspection. Okay, so about a month ago we did an inspection, found out that the brood pattern was actually spottier than it was today. So on the advice of other beekeepers, we started feeding them this 1-to-1 sugar to water syrup, and they seem to be doing a whole lot better now, so we're going to keep that going. put this feeder cap onto it. Okay, there we are. These little girls. Let's go take some notes. All right. So that technically wasn't a complete inspection. There were a few other things we could have done. The big ones being we didn't see the queen, although for the queen you mostly look for signs of their existence more than looking for the queen themselves, just because they're one in several thousand. And then the other one was we didn't do a mite inspection this time. However, that is normally something that you would want to do, is check your beehive for mites, because they can be a problem. With that out of the way, this is Lachlan Green, and that was my beehive inspection.